Welcome to the Wealth Beyond Debt Show. I'm your host, Billy McNeely. Debt is a pervasive aspect of modern financial life, and understanding its nuances is crucial for achieving financial well-being. Many people view debt as inherently negative, associating it with stress and financial strain. However, not all debt is created equal. This episode aims to demonstrate how the Money Max account works. Learn the strategy behind Money Max account to empower you to make informed financial decisions that can improve your long-term financial situation. By grasping the concepts presented here, you may be able to strategically become debt-free in 5 to 7 years, while simultaneously avoiding the pitfalls of debt that can hinder your progress and start making your money work for you every day. Greetings. I am going to explain to you exactly how the Money Max account works, where you have never seen anything like this before. Please grab a pen and paper and take notes, and I will be glad to answer any questions you have at the end of this session. I am using this service myself, and I am so amazed with it that I decided to share this with everyone to help everyone get out of debt and live life on their own terms. I'm an associate with United Financial Freedom, and it's my pleasure today to have an opportunity to tell you a little bit about our company and to give you a little bit of the details about exactly what the Money Max account is and hopefully what it's going to be able to do to help you and your family to become debt-free years sooner than you thought possible. We're going to start out with a great expression that probably some of you have heard, but it says that every great story has a great beginning. And that is really true with us as well. We may be new to you, but we've actually been in this business for over 20 years now. And we're going to tell you a little bit about how this journey came about for us. Originally, our corporate partners got in the mortgage business in 1997 when the real estate market was booming. And they started off using mortgages, they thought, as a vehicle to help people be able to restructure debt and, of course, consolidate debts and things of that nature. But what they started noticing just a few years later is that a lot of those same people would come back 2 or 3 years later, right back in the same problem they were in before, and kept just using the equity in their homes like it was an ATM. And they knew that there was a problem there because the road to, what is paved in good intentions, as they say, and often we get off track and we have a hard time following through. So in 2004, we launched what we now call the Money Max account and what we refer to as financial GPS. And you're going to see exactly why that is in just a moment. And we did a beta test for a year, actually in Denver, Colorado, with 400 homeowners. We realized that the average homeowner was 18 to 20% ahead of schedule, and we really knew that we were onto something. And so we developed exactly that, the world's first financial GPS. So before we get into the details of how that works, let's take a moment and just step back and talk about what traditional navigational GPS is. Now, it wasn't that long ago, believe it or not, that I remember going camping and we had to use a basic compass to navigate through the woods, even using it on the boat. And of course, a compass just gives you basic navigation, right? North, south, east, west. It's not very specific. But over time, there was more and more detail to maps. There was something called Tom's Guide and then MapQuest. Perhaps some of you remember that. We thought MapQuest was the coolest thing in the world, and it was great except for one big problem. If you got lost and you didn't have another computer or a printer readily available, you were out of luck and you had to start over, right? But eventually we developed GPS not just for cars, but most of us have it in the palm of our hand with our smartphone. And it really does allow us to have a lot more detailed specifics when it comes to navigation, and we can customize it. Shortest route, fastest route, avoid toll roads, highways, and things of that nature. But why it's so powerful is the ability for it to recalculate based on ever-changing circumstance. Maybe there's a detour or a car accident, or maybe there was a railroad crossing, or you had to stop and take one of the kids to go to the bathroom or get something to eat, and it constantly recalculates so you knew what your new estimated time of arrival is and how many more miles and minutes that you have left.
Now imagine being able to create that exact same concept, but for your finances, literally GPS for your money. It would help save you time, years off your debts, your debt payment dates. It would help you save money and lots of it, potentially tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest. But it also helps to automate the thinking and the calculations of it. It's one of the reasons that we like GPS, right? We don't really have to think of it much. It just says turn right in 300 feet. What if a system could tell you exactly how much to pay, where, and when to the greatest financial benefit? And so that is exactly why we created the MoneyMax account. In fact, we refer to this section as your financial dashboard, your personal financial dashboard for you and your family's finances. And at the top, you're going to see that there's how many years you have left, or you could set that to the day, month, and year that you would be totally and completely debt free. Imagine if you would actually have the ability to know when you'd be debt free, how that would help you plan for retirement and many other things you want to accomplish in your life, how much debt you have left at any given moment, how much you have the opportunity to save, and how much you've effectively already eliminated interest. But as you look at that little snapshot, you'll see that it gives you the opportunity to know exactly what is the best and highest use of every dollar you have, to the penny, to the day, to the debt, which is one of the reasons why it's so incredibly powerful. So the question is, how exactly would the system work? Well, you're going to continue to pay all the debts you have as you're required to, but let's say that it's able to evaluate that in this particular case, they only have under $300, only $259 of net positive income or discretionary income. Well, it doesn't sound like a lot, and well, it's not. It's about $10 a day if you're a husband and wife. Maybe that's a little under $5 a day of discretionary income that we use to buy coffee or many other things that we do with it. But now the system can begin evaluating what is going to be the best and highest use of every dollar you have, every day you have it till you spend it. In this case, it might recommend to send $196.34 on the 7th to their mortgage, or $19.27 on the 16th to a given credit card, maybe $43.39 on the 24th to their student loan. You see, because we're used to looking at money two-dimensionally, interest rate, payment, which is why you hear about strategies like the avalanche theory, right? Which is going to be paying the highest interest rate or the lowest payment, the snowball theory. And those can actually be somewhat effective. We're talking about taking this on a completely different level and looking at it three-dimensionally. Now, it's not just the balances, it's not just the interest rate, it's not just the payment, it's what type of loan is it? Is it simple interest? Is it compound interest? Is it fully amortized interest? How the interest is calculated, how the finance charges are assessed, and how and when the payments are applied, which is what determines true debt service cost or total interest volume. Our system is an interest eliminating debt canceling machine, and it has no emotion. It has one focus, which is what is the best and highest use of every dollar we have every day. And in this case, the redirection of small amounts of money precisely sent to the right debts at the right time, and the right amounts is going to help this family in this scenario save over $1,100 in interest that they otherwise would have paid to the bank. Now imagine repeating that process over and over again, and it ebbing and flowing with your life circumstance and financial situation, where now that isn't $1,000, it could be tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars that you're actually canceling that you'd otherwise be responsible to pay to the bank. And so obviously at this point, we've had the ability to have tens and tens of thousands of users across America using our system, helping them eliminate not just their mortgages, but all their debts in as little as 7 to 10 years, sometimes even less. And of course, ultimately saving tens or hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest.
This isn't just a podcast, it's a movement toward freedom, purpose, and lasting wealth. We believe true success goes far beyond numbers. It's about mindset, well-being, and creating a life you don't need to escape from. Our mission is simple: to empower you with the knowledge, motivation, and clarity to live debt-free, build real wealth, and thrive in every area of life. Each episode brings you stories, strategies, and inspiration to help you unlock your full potential. Subscribe to our YouTube channel and here on our website to stay connected, and share our podcast with friends and family who are ready to rise higher with you. Together, we're building a future of strength, balance, and freedom.
You see, imagine saving not just 10 or 20% interest. What if you were saving 50 or 60 or 70% or more of all the interest you otherwise would have been scheduled to pay to the bank, but now you can redirect that to pay those debts down in a third of the time and redirect that money to save and accumulate for security for you and your family in the future. At this point now, we have 75,000 plus users around the country. We've got an A plus rating with the Better Business Bureau, and we have a 4.9 Trustpilot score, which is pretty extraordinary for those of you that follow it. And we have a user interface that actually tracks the success of all of our clients. Currently, we have just over $2.7 billion in principal dollars that we've helped our clients eliminate using our program, and have just under $10 billion in what we call debt under management that the system is evaluating how to be able to help the client eliminate as much debt as humanly possible in the quickest period of time. So you might ask yourself some basic questions, right? Well, can I do this myself? Well, if you thought that, you probably wouldn't be here today. The truth is, a lot of things aren't as easy as they seem. And that's the reason that every January 1st, there are two top New Year's resolutions, right? Fitness and finance, lose weight, get in shape, and that's right, get out of debt and save money. Well, if they were that simple and that easy, well, they wouldn't continue to be the same resolutions every year. But we know it's not that simple, because it's a matter of saying we could do some things on our own. Certainly we could pay extra money here and there to a given debt, or maybe pay bi-weekly payments. We could do certain things, but it's a matter of good, better, best. Taking what we might have done in the past that helped, and now putting that on steroids and creating an opportunity for it to work far more effectively, and getting the best mathematical option in a given moment. Remember, a compass, a map, or GPS being able to actually recalculate. And that is how the system is so powerful. You see, income can change all the time. Even if we're salaried, we could get laid off, we get a raise, we could get a tax refund. Inflation is always factoring into our buying power. And on the expense side, there's always going to be unexpected expenses, right? Most of them are unexpected. You need a new roof, you replace the transmission, and the brakes go out. You get one kid braces, the other one needs glasses, right? You replace the washer, and the dryer needs to be replaced. And that's life. So the system is constantly evaluating any change and giving you instantaneously the best option to the penny, to the day, in terms of leveraging the use of your money. Is it too good to be true? I love this one because we hear it so much, and that's kind of a cute picture. And that's probably because most of us have heard that a lot in our lives, right? If it sounds too good to be true, it normally is. And normally that is the case. But in this situation, we can tell you it's good, it's true, and we can prove it. In fact, we guarantee it because it's math. It's not magic. It's not somebody telling you, if you drink this shake, you're going to lose 10 pounds, right? It's literally 1 + 1 is 2. And as a result, we know that we can mathematically guarantee the results on that dashboard. What is the investment or cost? Well, that's going to vary to some degree. We've got 3 platforms primarily. Those that don't own a home, or simply just don't have a mortgage, but maybe they have a car loan, maybe they have a couple of credit cards, or a student loan, or a personal loan. Our primary platform that's probably used by most of our clients requires that you have a mortgage, but you could have an unlimited amount of debt. And we've literally seen millions of dollars of debt at various times, but you're capped at 3 mortgages. And on the other end of the spectrum, we've got those that's for investors, real estate investors, They could have up to 99 properties, in which case they may save millions of dollars just in interest alone. So it's all predicated on a similar formula of a nominal percentage of how much debt they have, how much interest we can help them save, and how quickly we can hopefully help them get out of debt. But generally speaking, it's not more than the equivalent of maybe a couple of mortgage payments. So imagine forfeiting a couple of mortgage payments to save 50 or 75 or 100 plus mortgage payments and debt payments. Imagine what you could do. And when you own the system, it's only a one-time fee. You don't have a monthly subscription amount. You don't have a yearly renewal. You don't have an upgrade fee when we update the software, and we provide training and onboarding and customer service for life. And we literally guarantee the results of the program for the life of the user and their particular situation. And we also create an opportunity where you have ongoing access to be able to have whatever upgrades. There's tutorial videos. We're really truly committed to helping our clients put themselves in the best position financially and get out of debt as quickly as they can. And last but not least, is it user-friendly, right? Is it easy to adopt? Well, I can tell you that we've got people as young as 18 using it, and the oldest that I know of just turned 85. So I can tell you that if you have a smartphone, whether we wish we have one or not, if you're able to type in the address to use the GPS on your phone, or send a text message to your grandchild, or perhaps maybe send a picture to somebody if you have social media, or you're able to use online banking, you can easily use our program. And it doesn't normally take more than maybe 5 or 10 minutes a week to update the basic prompts to know exactly what you need to do next to maximize the results for you and your family. And so when you actually set up your appointment, you're going to get an analysis just like this. And what's powerful about that, if I go back here for a second, what's very powerful about that is, imagine if you could know exactly the day, month, and year you'd be out of debt and how much interest you could potentially save in that process, how powerful that would really, really be. In order to get that done, you would schedule an appointment with one of our specialists. It's no cost, no obligation appointment, and we don't need anything invasive. We don't need your social security number. We don't need your account numbers, and we're never going to touch your money. But in a pretty quick fashion of time, we can actually run a personalized savings analysis report to show you exactly what the Money Max account can do for you. And we ask you to challenge us, put us to the test, and see exactly what it can do for you and your family. And you've got nothing to lose but years and potentially tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars in interest for you and your family. This episode was sponsored by Debt Free Made Easy. The mission is to empower you with the knowledge and tools necessary to regain control of your finances, reduce stress, and build a brighter future. Let us help you eliminate credit card debt, mortgages, student loans, auto loans, or other financial burdens. We are here to support you every step of the way. Trust our experienced professionals to help you break free from debt and achieve long-term financial stability. Your journey to financial independence begins today with Debt Free Made Easy.
Are you tired of drowning in debt? Ready to reclaim your financial freedom? Join us on the Wealth Beyond Debt show, where we unveil the secrets banks and credit card companies don't want you to know. With over 20 years of proven strategies, we've helped eliminate a staggering $2.7 billion in debt. Our expert guests will share powerful tools and actionable tips to help you break free from the chains of financial stress. Imagine putting your hard-earned money back in your pocket instead of paying off endless bills. Whether you're struggling with credit card debt, loans, or just want to learn how to manage your finances better, this podcast is for you. Tune in and take the first step towards a debt-free life. Your financial future starts now. Join our podcast, The Wealth Beyond Debt Show.
Thank you so much for tuning in to the Wealth Beyond Debt Show. If you found today's conversation valuable, please hit like, share this episode, and help more people maintain their mental health. We'd also love to hear from you. Drop a comment with topics you'd like us to cover next. We're all in this together. fighting against the big banks, and putting your money back in your pockets. At the end of the day, this system is all about giving you clarity, control, and confidence with your money. When you know exactly where you're headed and how fast you can get there, everything changes. You deserve financial freedom, and the right tools can help you reach it sooner than you ever imagined. This was a quick overview. To get the full details, read our blog on our website. Link is in the description box.